Well, welcome back to Oklahoma City. This is your Gold Globe Report. I'm your host, Courtenay DeHoff. We have 2 more days of competition left, and we're kicking things off today by introducing you to the world champion in the reining.
She felt really good. For a 4-year-old, she's just super consistent every time she goes in the pen, and that's one of my favorite things about her. She's very special to me. She is my first horse I've ever bought on my own. I bought her as a yearling off of the NRHA for charity sale, and I got to start showing her the beginning of this year, and she's been just super good for me.
Well, this has been the largest Ford Youth World Show in history, but of course, some of our great exhibitors are aging out this year. That doesn't mean that their showing career is over, though. I caught up with Jax Bound, who was recruited by one of the top collegiate equestrian programs going.
I honestly could not be more excited to be in Georgia and Athens, and I cannot wait to be on the team with all those girls and just get to continue my success.
Now, Jax, how did the Quarter Horse Association set you up to really be able to be recruited? She was recruited by the reigning national champions, we might point out. How did this association set you up to really have success at the college level?
This will be my 7th world show and last, but being able to compete and continue my education throughout, and then all the opportunities they give me with the Youth Excellence Seminar and everything, setting me up to do the interviews and continue my success throughout, not only on the horse, but also out of the show ring too.
There are tons of AQHYA alumni who have gone on to do great things at the collegiate level, and our AQHYA Youth Activities Committee Chair, Abigail Payton-Smith, is a prime example. Abigail, you have such an impressive resume just with the Youth Association. You talked about you were the youth president. As you get ready to go to college and you go to South Carolina, you're on the equestrian team. How did those experiences prepare you for that next level, for the collegiate level?
That's a great one because YES was an opportunity. You go to YES, you're on your own, you're campaigning, you have to make friends on your own. It's the life skills that prepare you, but you're also learning how to work with adults because once you become a director, you're working with our AQHA staff. And the life skills you get there are just beyond. I public spoke, like all different things, and now when I go back and public speak, I'm so grateful that I had these opportunities because where else do you get that kind of exposure? And more so than that, our AQHA family has they are the reason why I was able to graduate with a public relations degree and get a job straight away. And I'm so grateful for that.
Back in the arena, it was a current collegiate star who picked up the 14 to 18 Horsemanship World Championship.
Des is 6 years old, and I actually got him just this past fall, so I've only had him about a year. And he's just the best-minded horse that I've ever swung a leg over. He is so consistent every single time. You can count on him when you go in the pen, which means so much. You can do all the work you need to outside, but as soon as you go in the pen, you have to be able to trust him, and that's what I've really found with him is no matter what goes on inside the pen, he's always right there with me.
Now, Giorgia, you're headed back to TCU, so does the Globe get to go back to college?
Of course, it has to go. I'm not letting it out of sight.
I like your style. Talk to me a little bit about TCU because you are on the equestrian team there.
Yes, ma'am. It's so fun. I absolutely fell in love with Fort Worth my first year. I actually called home not long after moving in and said that I'm never leaving. I love it so much. The team is great. I mean, the girls are like family. The coaches are amazing. I wouldn't do anything else besides go to TCU. It's great.
And with only 1 day of competition left, we wanted to catch up with our 3rd international competitor, who is also aging out, to see what he thought of his very first Ford Youth World Show before he heads home to Paraguay.
It was an awesome experience. Everyone treated us pretty well. So I'm really happy with everything. Everything was awesome here, so I'm really happy with it.
Federico, I got to watch you in the cutting and you did a great job. And just a moment ago you said, I had never done that before. Well, I'm amazed. Tell me a little bit about your cutting performance.
Well, in January I came to visit some ranches and stuff, and I got invited by Uwe Rushman to ride a horse, and I never did the cutting before. And he was like, you sit good, you could do it. He gave me the confidence to get on the horse, to train. We had about 3 weeks training. For the amount of time what we had for train, it was a pretty good performance there, so I'm really proud of what we achieved.
We wrapped up today's competition in the arena by crowning your boxing world champion. You had 3 horses back in the finals, but you won it on the last horse that you showed. What was your mindset like going in?
Well, the first horse I showed, he was really good, and I was really happy with that run. And then the second horse I showed, he was even better. And then I was just really happy with those 2. And then once I got to my third horse, I would be happy with anything, and he was really good. And this is only my second show with him. His name's Sweets, but we call him Harvey, and he's 4, and we bought him at the Snaffle Bit last year from Boyd Rice, and he's my sister's Derby horse, but I stole him because she's going to college, so I showed him here, and it's my second time showing him, and he was really good.
This has been your Gold Globe Report. I'm your host, Courtenay DeHoff. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the final day of competition. We'll crown the barrel racing, the pole bending, the stake race world champions, as well as your roping champions. We'll see you tomorrow from Oklahoma City.